Well, hey, Tupac. I'm trying to get the hang of this still. I'm like looking, I'm like, why didn't it go live yet? Oh, I'm doing good. Trying to.
No.
So, how are you doing? How's your day going? I figured I would do some crafting since I promised my people I would finish the book that I started. Welcome back, Christine. So, anyways, this is the book that I signatured. And what this is books that are falling apart and things like that. You can repurpose them into something good. So what I did was I took the guts out because it was dry rotted, so the pages were falling out. And then I re-sewed 10 different styles of paper I had. You can measure them, which I would do one by one. I tried to cut it with a well, hello, Shannon. I made some mistakes along the way, but that was the whole point of doing this step by step and not editing nothing. Because what I did was I tried to cut it with a quilt cutter and it didn't work. So the best way to do it is to actually measure your pages out with like one page. Like I took in made something that I could, kind of use as a tracer without tracing. I just laid it on the paper and then I cut it right. You should have seen me doing this, Shannon. It was so funny. So what I did was I mixed, you can do magazine pages, you can do old calendar pages, you can use envelopes and cards. There's all kinds of stuff you can use. And it doesn't matter that this is upside down because you can put pictures and stuff over top of it. But I returned it into a journal, basically. And this is the first signature. Yes, it does. I love looking at the bloopers. But the picture's upright. This is a calendar picture. And I try to make a scenic one for the center. I even have a doily in here that's real. It's not a paper one. And then this is the center of this one. You can use anything. You can even use the adult coloring pages. You can use scrapbooking paper, all kinds of papers in here. Here's another envelope. You could always use these as little tuck pockets. So anyways, I sewed 3 of them in here. So this is the first signature, this is the second, and this is the third. And I used hemp cord because I really wasn't sure. And I used different color hemp cords just to give it fun. And this here is duct tape. Well, my duct tape started coming up. So right before I started the video, there is a glue that I really, really absolutely love. And it is called Clear Gel Tacky Glue. It's by Aleena's. And you can get this at Walmart or any of the regular retail stores like Hobby Lobby and all those type of places. I don't know. I never looked it up online, but I'm sure you can get it. But the name is Aleena. And for some reason, like I have the Fabrifix glue, which they also call that tacky glue, but I like this one better. To me, this fuses better when it comes to books and paper. So this is my favorite. Well, hello, Tina. So when everybody's seen this, what had happened was this started coming up in the crease. I'm trying to fix the part that I put here on the mask or duct tape. Because when I redid the binding, this started coming up because it's in the bend of the book. Hey, Patrick. See how this is gapping? It's all because it's in the bend. So we're going to try to fix this tonight. And what I'm going to use is, look at this. It's my little blue lunchbox. I actually bought this thrifting. And this is my case that holds my washi tape. Look at all this washi tape. Luscious. And I found this one because I thought it would suit it. Because it's kind of like a vintage with words. So I'm going to try to fix this tonight. And this type of washi tape, you got to be really careful with because it feels like it's on masking tape. So sometimes this particular tape can break easy. And I've had to like resplice it and then, you know, go back and do it again. So you gotta be real gentle with tugging this particular kind. So this is what I'm gonna do. Well, actually, I should have did this first. Hold on. Before I go taking this up. I'm gonna try this because I wanted to add just a touch of an accent on the inside of the book anyways. So I'm gonna run my tacky glue up by the tape. We're going to see if this holds, but I also wanted this just on the inside just to see, to give it more of a design too, like the vintage. This isn't straight, so if a little piece hangs over, that's okay. I just wanted to make this a little fancier by putting these words here too. And plus it gives it more width. So I'm hoping this will hold to where this won't buckle up. The things we do to fix our mistakes. And when I'm done, I'm going to get my handy dandy scissors. I have a smaller pair of scissors, but at the moment, I just can't find them. I left them in my desk down in my bookstore, and I don't know where they're at because I try to find them, and I don't know, I'm always moving stuff. So I'm going to cut this here and cut this here. I'm just doing like some light stuff. Hey, Patricia, thanks for coming back. Patricia, congratulations on your channel growth. Patricia's doing amazing. And then here, I'm going to, well, there I go again. I'm going to do the same thing. Get out my tacky glue. This one here, I think is going to be a little harder though, because this just doesn't want to stay down at all. It's right where the book goes up to. So we're going to do it again on this side. I'm almost out of this glue. I got to get some. But I don't know if you caught this or not, Tina. I love this glue. This is the Aleena's tacky glue. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. This is my favorite when it comes to doing crafts. I've probably been through 3 bottles of that already. And I'm going to take this. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I found some beautiful washi tape. I remember when I first come on and started shopping on Etsy, I went crazy buying washi tape. And I got to know some of the most fantastic shop owners that way. We'll see if this holds. And they sent the cutest little freebie gifts. So I'm going to pay attention to the chat half and half. And you guys get to know each other too. Hey, Patricia. Let me get this side. I'm a lefty, so if it looks backwards, that's why. Me and my southpaw. But look at that pretty that washi tape is. I mean, I really like that with the words. It's like a vintage. I've seen how people make washi tape. I don't know if I have the patience to do it though. So we're going to let this sit. And then while this is sitting, and I'll tell you who's really good at crafting is Morrissey in here, that Shannon. She can make some incredible stuff, guys. She goes way beyond junk journaling and stuff. That woman is crafty. She makes all kinds of goodies. I love her laid up picture she made with the female in it. Oh, that was gorgeous. See, I was never into the people pictures, but the way she utilizes it is beautiful. Hey, Maxine. Yeah, Shannon really utilizes her artistic talents, I'll tell you. Okay, so what I'm going to do to decorate this is I'm just going to kind of flip through a little bit. I don't want to over decorate because I did that on my first book. Did I ever show you my first book, Shannon? Wait till you see this. This was my first Halloween book. I definitely over embellished. Wait till you see how fat this book is. One of the ladies says that looks like a juicy alligator mouth. Look at this book. I gotta show Shannon because this is hysterical. It's freaking huge. So this is more for decoration. But what I did was I had these lace gloves. This is probably the most fanciest thing I've made so far. It's stuck. Wait a minute. I took these gloves from a Halloween shop. I don't know why they did that. And I took them apart. So I'll show you guys what this looks like. My camera will cooperate here. Hold on. Hope you guys can see this. Let me get my phone on. Because I try to stay in range, but I have to watch my phone to see what I'm doing. Just give me a second. My phone to see. Yeah, there. It's in range. Oh, Shannon, wait till you see what I did with this. So this was a glove, a long glove. And I took it apart to make a door. And this here I did, this is actually washi tape. And then this, of course, I took and edged it. And I printed this off. I can't remember what paper I used, but I wrote all this in. Welcome to my spooky book. And I did all this online, like a digital. And then these are all stickers. And then this is another washi tape down here. Well, then when I took the glove off, I had took and used my glue gun to get it to stick there. And then I found these at our local Walmart. Look how cool these are up close. This is a it's a skeleton cameo. And I thought these were so cool. So I decided to take and I used my Crop-A-Dile, the smallest hole, and I put this to where this is an earring that actually latches this like a door. So you can take it apart. I don't know. I didn't have this part done at first. This kind of came to me later. I have a habit of like, I'll start a craft and then I put it aside. And then I think of something else to add to it. Like I can't do it all at once. It takes me like a little bit of time. And I think I just lost the back to this earring, but I'll find it later. So anyways, so I wanted to do one in each hole. One in the top and one here. Just to give it a little bit of fantastic fabulousness. So there's where the other one hangs to shut the door. And then this is inside. Some of this is printed off paper. And of course, this is washi tape to glisten. So I did this and I made all these envelopes out of parchment paper. I did all these by hand. I glued this. And then inside each of the little pockets is a little piece of it's like scrapbook type paper, but the harder kind. God, I can't even talk. And of course I have the edge puncher to round it. And these are stickers. I wanted each envelope to have a surprise in it. And then here was this is washi tape that was Halloween. And I had a stamper. So I made these tags with this little piece of like, I don't know what this is called. This isn't jute cord. Jute cord's a little thicker. It's like a twine, but I forget what like the name of it was at Joann's. And I found that on a roll. And then here's the inside. Here's another tag that came out of this. And I tend to really like looking for the really thick ribbon. Thanks, Shannon. I took the ribbon and I made pockets out of it because I wanted something thicker. And I like this because it was a witch's feet. And I kept doing the same thing throughout the book. It's just washi tape, different washi tapes and stamps. And then I put another sticker on another one and this one. And I did that throughout the whole entire book. Like I wanted a whole bunch of different colors. So that way you have a different effect on each page. And this was some already pre-cut. And then I created this journaling card. And what I did was I made these out of file folders. I cut these down and then I think I ran this through my digital art program and I put the lines on it. And then I just made copies instead of just, keep remaking them. And then I used yarn and I took the pieces and separated them to give them a scraggly look because I wanted it to look like, I don't know, Halloweenish. And then this here is not a signature book. This is an altered book. So what I did was I glued the sides of the pages, the top and the bottom, so that there's hiding spots in every single one that the journaling card's in. So this is what this page was like. And this book came out so fat, though. It's more like a decorative than it is a journal. Like there's really not any writing pages in this. It's more like if somebody was born on Halloween, this would be like the coolest book to store your birthday pictures. That's what I think this is. If you want to use the journaling cards to talk about your day, then I would, but I did not think, I was so busy decorating this, I didn't even think about writing spaces. I honestly didn't. I just had a ball. And then on each of the pages where the journaling card is, you notice there's on the edge is a type of ribbon. And then here's a card that pops out with a cat. And you can journal on that if you want to. I put this in my shop and it never sold. So I just let it expire. But I still love it. And this is a napkin. I decoupage Podge to the page. And here was a ghost. And here's actually a burlap tag. There's just so many more things that like I need to learn. I used to play digital scrapbooking, but I don't know how to like upload all that to Etsy and how to do. It's just like I'm learning things slowly, Like I don't know how to do digital kits on Etsy and stuff yet. This here is just a regular note card that I decorated to where it slides into the envelope and you don't even know that it's there. It's like a decoration. But you can journal on the back of it. But I did have a lot of fun making it, though. I did. I really did. And then this was a ribbon that came down. I looked for, I think it was 2.5 inches. I know a lot of other countries use centimeters, but it's like 2 to 3 inch to get the pocket size. That's why I'm always looking for wide ribbon. And sometimes it's hard to find the wider kind. This is, I already did a flip through video on this, but I just think this was a cool example to show my over embellishing. And then look, there's like Dracula on a card. But I love these though. And this here is actually material because I ran out of options to make the ribbon. So I had bought Halloween material and measured it and then turned it into a pocket since I couldn't find any more. But I had so much fun making this. This was cardboard, and this is actually paper that I put on it. But this was a lot of fun. It really was. Here's another one. Regular note cards. And I used the same paper to do both. It's funny when you look back on some of your creations. And it's like, I was wondering, what the heck was I thinking? She kept going and going. You know, it's like I just kept going and going. And here's another napkin decoupage, another envelope. But like I did all the pages. I love this. I had 2 black cats I lost around this time period. So I was like really into the black cat mode. Some of these images were off of Google and just printed. I don't know if they're copyright free or not, to be honest. I just was having fun. I typed in the free domain images, but sometimes even the copyrighted ones pop up into that. So I'm not really sure. I just looked at what I saw. Here's another ribbon. And just copied them. And I know we got to be careful about copyrights. Look at that cat. And then this was a sparkly paper. I know, it's just, I just got so caught up in it. But look at it. You can't shut it. You know, I even tried to use a choker to shut this, and it busted the choker because it's just, it don't want to close. So this would have to be like something that sets out on a stand, because look at that. It's like huge. So when you do embellish, if you want something to stand up like this, it's one thing to be crafty. Hey, Karan. But if you want something to journal in, I would not suggest this because you can't lay it down to journal in it. I mean, it's like this would be a very hard book to journal in because you can't. So that's my advice to people who are first learning to do journals. Try not to over embellish like I do, unless you want it to look like this. I try to give tips when I can. But that one is huge. That's my biggest. So when you look at that and you go back to this one, see what I'm saying? This one here is more for journaling. So I needed to not use such puffy images. I needed to learn to make flatter images. So that's been kind of my goal. Look, this is holding up good. I'm bending it and unbending it, and that washi tape looks good in there too. I like the image on the inside of this book because it had birds. So I didn't want to cover the actual inside, but that kind of gives it a nice little antique-ish look. And it's holding. So I'm happy with that. Now this here, this is where I'm going to need help. And I know Shannon could probably help with this part. I want to cover these words. I'm not good with doing covers yet. Like if it's just paper, that's fine. But I've never like covered partial and left. Like I want the flowers left to show, but I want to cover the words. And I'm not really sure what I want to do because I really don't want to use washi tape or anything like that. But I do want something, and I don't think a napkin's good enough to just do this. I have no clue what to even think of. I thought about using ribbon, but then I thought, no, that'd be kind of tacky because I really don't want to take away from the flowers. You know what I'm saying, Shannon? Like, I know you are really good with doing covers and fronts and stuff, and that's where I kind of lack. Like, I've been focusing on challenging myself to kind of study the areas I haven't played with yet. Yes. I kind of wouldn't mind something with a little texture. I just don't know what. Like, I've been really thinking about it, and I'm not sure how I want to do the cover. That's why I've been kind of leaving it for last, because I really don't know. At first, I thought about like a burlap or something, but whatever I do, I don't want it to take away from the cover. So it's going to have to be something not bright, but a little bland. You know what I mean? Because I want the flowers to stand out. Texture paste. I'll have to look into that because I need to watch some more videos and learn how to do like better stuff that in that area. So that there, I figured I'll wait till last to get it finished because I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure what I wanted to do. I do have some acrylic paint, but I don't know. Like, I haven't played enough with paint, and they do talk about, like, I've watched some videos on acrylic paint, and they say to use gesso underneath. You think acrylic or mica? I've never played with mica. The only things I've ever played with was oh, the regular paint you had as a kid, watercolor. I played with watercolor. I've played with like painting a room like regular paint, but never. Paint alone won't hide it. Okay. So you think I should put something under it before I put the acrylic over it? So I don't know enough about paints, the differences in what they do, like what covers and what doesn't and all that. So you think I should lay something down and then paint over it? What's that stuff I've seen people use that kind of reminds me a little bit of hem? It's like they'll put like this. It's almost not it's almost like a paper fabric. You think gesso first? Like something that they lay down and then they like paint over top of it. Is that what you mean? Corsage of flowers. I never thought you know what? I do have I haven't checked them lately, but I do have yellow roses that I have been flattening in a book. I don't know if they'd be hard or not though, because I didn't soak them in anything. I just stuck them in between two pieces of paper and put them in a book. But I never thought about that because it's got yellow flowers. And I do have them in a book sitting on my table. You know what? Hold on a minute because I'm going to check that out because I have some green leaves in there too. Give me a second. That's an idea. I grabbed this cookbook and I have another book. Look at this. All those little pages in there are flowers, my flowers. Let's see what they look like. I should have, they say to soak flowers in this stuff. I'm not fancy. All I did was put in between the pages. Look. Check that out, guys. That's all I did. No, don't be quiet. See? I read online where you should put these in some kind of liquid and soak them, but I didn't. I just put them between two pages and flattened them. Look at them. And they're soft. Like they didn't turn crunchy. I thought they would turn crunchy, but they didn't. I've been playing with this. Okay, so we have those. Let me go back in the back because I have some greenery in here somewhere too. Just, I don't know which page I put what. Oh, I did all of them. Let me see. No, that's not it. Just give me a second here. Because I have baby's breath. My husband got me flowers for anniversary. And I wanted to press some. And I thought this would be cool to see how these turned out. I've never pressed flowers before. Isn't that awful? My grandmother had this old dictionary, or yeah, it was a dictionary that she gave me before she passed away. And I was going through it because it was falling apart. And she had a leaf in that thing, and it's old, like as old as my dad. And I don't know what she did to preserve that leaf, but I glued it into one of my journals. Here's a little piece where I started. Here's a teeny weeny little piece of one of the greeneries. I've got 2 books filled with this, so I'm not sure where I put the green leaves at. This might be just all flowers. I don't know. I told my husband, I just hate that. I love flowers, but I hate that they all die. So I took this and I took a bunch of the green. I bet you it's in the other book. Look how pretty these turn out, though. I'm actually shocked. And when I went on Google, hey, Bonnie, Google said to just put in between some pages, but then in other parts of Google, it told you to soak them in this solution. So, oh, here's another piece of the greenery. Look at that. Look at that. That's like still attached. Look how that turned out. That's cool looking. Ah, I think I'm going to pull that one out. I'll have to go through the other book to get the green parts. Look at that. Let's see what this looks like. So if we take this and like maybe start. See, how would I put that? What do you think? You like that? Yeah, I want to cover the words in the book, and that's what we were just discussing. Like maybe start with this and then build around it. What would I use to put over top of it, though? Would regular Mod Podge work, or do you have to use something special? Now, you guys do know, somebody asked me the other day what Mod Podge was. And I tried to tell them that Mod Podge, because they couldn't get it in their country, all Mod Podge is taking your regular glue or, regular white glue you have and adding water to it. It's like, what was it? It's 3/4. Hold on a second, I'll tell you. But that's all Mod Podge is. Wait a minute, I'll tell you exactly how to make it. It's 1 cup of glue and 1/3 cup of water. And you mix it together and you got Mod Podge. And I don't think people realize that because you don't have to buy Mod Podge. You can make it from your own glue. I've seen people do it in a jar and then they mix it up. Yeah, Tina. And then they just use a paintbrush and dip it out of their jar. I think it was a girl from the UK who was telling me that she couldn't get Mod Podge or something. And I gave it to her, and it was in another live stream I was in. So you just take this and you put the Mod Podge. Okay, so let's see. Let's try this. Hold on, because I do have Mod Podge. Let me get my brush out. I got my brushes. And okie dokie. Crafting is so much fun, especially do it live with people. Here's my Mod Podge. I have the gloss and I have the matte, but Shannon suggested the glossy, so I'm going to use gloss. So let me put my book aside for now. I'll be pulling more flowers out of that. So, are you leaving us, Shannon? But you're my inspiration. Look at her go. She's leaving me. So put this on the book like this. And then we're going to decorate it. Sounds like a plan to me. We're going to do this in the yellow roses that my hubby got me. Oop, that piece just fell off. But that's okay. Because we're going to re-stick it on here anyways. This is so exciting, Shannon. So exciting. And then do it again over top. Oh, I love it. This is going to be fun. I love it. Thanks, Shannon, for the idea. Yeah, I know it's late there. I'm sorry I go so late. This is the only time I can do it because of my job. Thank you for the ideas. Thanks for popping in. She gives good ideas. Okay, so let's see here. I got to figure out the rest of the pictures or the flowers and stuff I'm going to put on here. So we're working on the cover. This is so cool. Okay. So let's keep it going. This is so cool, guys. So instead of working on the inside of the journal tonight, we'll just do the cover. And then I'll make some ephemera to go on the inside. But for right now, we're just going to play with this. This is awesome. I love it. I'm so happy the way these turned out for me squishing them. This is adorable. I love playing with stuff. And poor Bonnie, I'm always shooting her my items in her Google Hangouts. She gets to see what I was playing with over the weekend. See what this looks like. This is so cool, guys. This is turning out way better than I ever dreamed. I never thought I would be putting these on here for sure. I was thinking ribbon or... But I don't want to cover the flowers up there. Just the words is what I'm after for right now. This will dry and hopefully look okay. I'll wipe the tidbits off here in a second. Okay, what other one I want to use? This one. Okay. I like sharing what I'm up to. Hey, if I'm not doing art, I'm making someone mad, Bonnie. That's how I am. I had my husband so mad at me this weekend. I'm always making somebody angry. For some odd reason, I just have that knack for pissing people off. let's see here. Let's try that piece about right there. I have a little bit of letter showing. So there's a baby piece. Trying to get these letters covered. Oops, bear with me, that stuck to my finger. And I don't want to use it anymore on this page because these got too much of a little bit of a brown look. So let me go in there and find another page. I don't know anything about preserving. Okay, here's some more that's better. Okay, these are pretty. So we'll take and put this up here. Let's just layer this on the wet glue for now, and then I'll go back over it. And then this one can go like right here. And then this one, well, let's see. We'll tuck this one under. Okay, hold on. Gotta get some glue. If I get some on, that's okay. I need to wipe it off anyways. So we'll put this here. I don't know if I want to. Well, I guess I could do that one right there. Okay, wipe this off. And then let's see what this looks like once I put it all down. I'm messy, so bear with me. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a baby wipe tape. Well, this isn't really a baby wipe. This is a coconut kale makeup remover thingy, but I'm going to use it for the glue. Clean this up a little bit. A little bit too much, but that's okay. Give it some texture. How cool is that? I want it to look like a blob. So there. You know, something that I can't find is I need to know where, you know, those book plates that you guys find where you put words and stuff in them. I tried to look up book plates and I'm getting, Google's so weird. I'm getting those stickers that you put on inside of the books to type your name on. And I want to put a book plate on this, but I can't find what I'm looking for. You know what I'm talking about, Bonnie? The little metal plates where like Junie had like journal in them and stuff. I can't find them. When I Google book plates, that's not what comes up on my end. comes up something completely different. So we'll leave that there. And then down at the bottom, um, I don't think I want to do the yellow flowers down there. So give me a second because I'm going to go in here and I'm going to look in that book real quick and try to find the greenery. Hold on a sec. I did these in 2 books. Okay, here's the other book. And here's my greenery. Okay. This here I think would be messy. So let's see what this looks like. How about we do that first? I think that baby's breath will be messy, but we'll see what that looks like maybe on top. Some more flowers. Oh, come on. I got to have more leaves in here somewhere. Ugh. Here's another one. I'm getting them a piece at a time. Hold on. I wasn't prepared to do this for sure. Well, those ones turned out pretty too. This one here is a little more green. Check that one out. That's not what I want though. I want the greenery. Or no, I had these in 3 books. I had these all laying out on my table. And see, there's the baby's breath looking, but I don't know. This was awfully messy. That would look pretty on there as one piece, but we'll see how that turns out. Once I get the glue on it, it might hold it all down. There they are. Thank goodness. I try to preserve as much as I could from that flower arrangement because I thought I'll think of something to do with this. So let's see here. This way maybe. Let's do something like this. Usually I just glue and I don't do a layout, but sometimes I think you kind of have to. And then be like, I kind of like that. Let's see how this works out, ladies. Huh? What? No, what'd you say? They are made of junk. This is my dried junk. I've been actually buying stuff from thrifty shops too. Bonnie, she's so feisty. Okay. So we'll take this and we'll do it this way. Let's see how this turns out. I think Bonnie needs to come up on my panel and she needs to do some crafts. That's what I think. So we can get her used to doing live streams. That down for now. Okay, we're going to tear this stem off a little bit because it protruded just a little bit too much. We'll stick this one here. Hey, I'm going out of my realm doing this right now. I've never played with the front of books like this before. This is out of my comfort zone. When you think outside the box. I like this. This is turning out way cooler than I ever dreamed. So we'll take this and we'll glue this down. And then we'll put this over top of it. Like this. I just hope this holds because these little pieces right here are something else. Smush it in there. That's kind of dimensional. I don't know if this piece is going to work. It doesn't seem to like the glue. Yeah, I know this stuff dries clear, but I'm not a real fan of Mod Podge because I don't think it dries clear enough. I have a glue that does a little better than this. I still feel like it leaves residue. I don't know how to explain it. I've used Mod Podge on napkins before. I just wish it wasn't white. I wish it was more of a clear glue because I think it dims what you glue. That's just my personal opinion, Mod Podge. I might have to cut that stem down because this glue here, and there's an Elmer's glue out like this. It's actually this. I get more shine from these types than I do Mod Podge. So let's see how this works. And I think this, once this is done, I think a plate like right in here would be pretty. Well, thank you, Christine. No, Bonnie. Bonnie, that's your niche. And to be honest, sometimes I think people are ahead of their time a little bit. And I don't think this is going to work. That piece right there might not work. No. This is a little bit harder to do because of what it is. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change this up. I'm not liking this. Just give me a second. I'm going to take this and throw it away. Don't like it. Let me think of something here because I want to put something down there. I just don't know what. Give me a second. My paintbrushes flew everywhere because I have yellow roses at the top. So I want to do something different down there. Hold on a minute. I'm going to my accent drawer over here. What do I have? Oh, they had like little flowers in here. Let's see. I guess I don't. I could have sworn I did though. Oh, I know what would look good. Okay. Let's see here. Let's try. Is that a Brad? No, I can't use that either. Darn it anyways. I don't want a Brad. Darn it anyways. See, I should have been more prepared. But then again, winging it's fun too. I don't know where my flowers went. I had these wee teeny little flowers. Ooh. That's kind of dimensional too, though. It's not really flat. I don't think I want to put anything that's not flat on there. Darn. I don't think I have any leafy type stickers neither. Well, darn it anyways. Let's see what's in here. Ooh, okay. It's just paper though. Yes. I need a sticker. Or something. I don't know. Even if it's a something. What would be pretty down there? I don't think any of this would match. I guess I could do this sticker. I mean, just to give it something different. Here, let's try this. I guess I'm using something store-bought. Are you leaving me? You need to be on my time zone, woman. There. It might not totally match, but I think it's cute. Got to put a little heart sticker there. And then what I'm going to do is glue over top of it. And probably I should have glued under it. I don't trust stickers because sometimes they just don't hold. Especially when you don't know how long they've sat around and lost their stickiness. So, wipe this off some. See, that sticker came right up. Give it some time to dry. Hold on. But it's something different. I like it. I love watching Shannon do art. No, I wanted to do lives. I used to run a chat room for 6 years on Yahoo. I lived on my cam, Bonnie. These lives over here are nothing to compare to what it used to be on Yahoo because we all could be live at the same time. So I just took a break from it because I did it for 6 years. So coming over here, I just kind of stayed away from it a little bit, but I'm okay with going live. I got broken years ago, woman. Bye. Are you chasing after your grandkids again today, Missy? So anyways, this is what I got done so far then. And we'll leave that dry. So what do you guys think of the front of the cover? Does it look good? I'm so glad Shannon popped in here. I think this looks way better than what it did with the words. See, this is messy. Well, thank you, Tina. Where's your work at, Tina? I never get to see your stuff. You need a channel, woman. Show off your stuff. Do you like this part here? Should I leave that or should I cut it off? I don't know. Maybe it gives it character. I'll have to leave it dry and think about it. It's definitely different. But it was fun. We could take and trim this because this is definitely going to catch. My one granddaughter turned out to be a lefty like me, and she was holding her scissors like upside down like this, trying to cut, mocking the right-handers. And I had to grab her scissors and show her how to do it, but her teacher's working with her too in preschool. Okay, I'll leave it then. I'd love to see some of your work. I love to watch people craft. I always have. I can draw, but I don't know. Sometimes I think us crafters are our own worst enemies. Like, I draw, but I don't know. I just haven't really had the courage to put it in my work yet. Like my journals yet. Just, I think we are our biggest critiques. I still got mail I have to open from some of the other channels. And Patty's so good at what she does. I wish she would show more of her work too. I love it that I got to get one of her. Well, I got 2 of her cards in a small type of journal when she was doing her lives. And oh my goodness, I love it. I love craft. I love watching crafty people. I'm going to clean my brush off a little bit. I'll soak this later. I bought a cheap set to use with my glue. This has got a crazy smell to it. Yeah, I got a package from Bonnie I've got to open yet. One from Jessica Rapp and one from Michelle. I got so much to do videos on. It's sad. I'm so behind. But look at that. amazing. I'm amazed. Okay, so that's going to dry. And while that's drying, what else? Oh, I decided to take in what I'm going to do to embellish this book. I got some pages from a book that was falling apart in my bookstore. And so I think what I'm going to do is work on that. I figured, let's see, 8 to 9. It's been like an hour. I don't want to stay on too long. I try to make my lives short, even though they don't end up that way. And then this here, let's see if I remember how to do these. It's been a while. Take this across. And I am going to trim this up to make it even. But this is one of the types of things I like to do too. I don't know. I was playing around. And even though some people are always claiming you're copying them and all that crap, I don't pay attention to it because some of this I've just played with, whether it's been done before or not, I don't know. Because I don't always search things. But this here, I was playing with it the other day because of envelopes. And I decided to mess with it like this. And I thought this was really cool. Kind of like a layer. I like doing paper folds. I used to make snowflakes and all that kind of stuff. But I thought this was cool for a pocket. I was sitting the other day. And it's just so funny how stuff like this happens. Because like, for instance, when my birth month came, this is just like a thing that how people can get mistaken for doing stuff. Did you? This is what's funny is when my birth month came, I don't know, it just came to me because I have this book in my store and I actually showed it in a video. Well, I shouldn't have glued that across the top. Oh well. I didn't mean to do that. I hate when I do that. I've done that a few times. But anyways, it's called a love sign book. And I thought it would be so cool to make a set of zodiacs. Wouldn't that be awesome to make a journal for a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and that? And I'll be darned if like 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, I can't remember when she started it, but I had clicked into a Facebook group and there was a girl doing exactly that. Now, if I would have started that and then posted it, it would look like I was copying her. But I wasn't. I actually was thinking about it because I thought it would be really cool, you know, to have the nameplates. And she did. Her design was different than what I had in my head. But she had plates at the top that had Aquarius and Gemini. I was like, oh, I'll be darned. But that's what I mean. It's like some people think the same things. And then they think you're mocking them, but you're really not. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. That's just how I see it. But I like playing with paper folds. And I noticed even some of the people who have them squares that go in and come out. We used to write notes like that in school. But I was playing with this the other day. This isn't sticking. Hold on. I was playing with some envelopes that came in my junk mail. And I was taking the pages that, you know, just messing with them. And I thought that was a cool idea. But I think playing in paper folds, period, stuff like this is fun. But I did not see a tutorial on this. I did not see one of these made at all. I was just messing around because when I'm in my bookstore during the day, I have time to play with stuff. And I thought this was cool. And then I thought if you take your edging and go around the edges, you can actually make this, you know, to where you put a little distress it or whatever you want to call it, make it vintage looking. Because I have brown, black, I have all kinds of different colors of ink. But I thought this was cool. You could even probably take, and I had thought about doing this too, instead of doing that. I have these napkins. These came out in our Dollar Tree. I was in there the other day, and this was the new spring, I guess Easter, spring, whatever you want to call it. They have these napkins in there, and I thought they were very pretty. So I picked up a couple designs. I think this is a 2-ply. One thing about the napkins from the Dollar Tree I've noticed, though, is they'll say like 8 or something on it, and they were -2. Like there was 2 missing out of every package. So you always got to count those and make sure you're getting the right amount. But I thought this was pretty, and this would look good actually in this particular I think this matches good with this book. When I saw this, I thought this is so pretty. Well, hey, Scots, how are you doing? I think I want to pre-cut this. Sometimes I don't cut it till after I glue it, but I think in this instance I'm going to, just because. If I can get a hold of it. How are you doing, Scots? Have you sold any more of your stuff? Did that girl buy your other painting? I know that she was after it. The one that you sponged in. I like the how-to videos. Very, very much so. Trim this up just a tad. It's not perfect, but I don't care. And then I'm going to use this glue. I really like this Jot glue. It's cheaper, but I like it. Usually, I mean, sometimes I'll take a brush and do this, but today I'm going to use my finger. Just because I like making a mess. Then I'm going to take this. And I'm going to go down over top of it. And this is fine too. Sometimes I think it's funner when you lay it with your finger. And then I'm going to take a little bit more. And I'm just going to go over top of it a little bit without trying to tear it, really lightly. One thing about napkins that I like is that they absorb from the top to the bottom too. It don't gotta be perfection. I'll just get it on there and then I'll trim the edges. You are. Yeah, I knew you told me you two broke up. Just hang in there. You got a lot of talent, Scott. Person doesn't define who we are anyways. That's my motto. We define who we are. And actions, to me, speak a lot louder than words on a person's behalf. That's how you know when you're around true people. It's what a person does. It speaks volumes. Well, Thank you, Scott. You're appreciated too. I'm actually almost done spring cleaning my store. It was a crazy mess. You see my customers' faces when they were coming in the shop. We had a leak in the back garage where I store my books, so I had to take all the books and pull them forward. And my store was a mess. And then we got that fixed. And then we had that terrible storm that was like tropical winds. And it blew the shingles off of my freaking roof again. I was going to be freaking kidding me. My dog was like chasing him through the yard. Thank God it didn't put the books back yet. I haven't done that part yet. So I'm going to leave this dry. Look how pretty that turned out. I love using napkins. So this will dry, and this will end up going into the book as a pocket for sure. Like a 2-tier. But I'm going to distress the sides of it and stuff. I actually have a green ink I might use. We'll see. But I'll leave this dry. It's one thing nice about playing with ephemera pieces is you can set them aside and then come back to them later and finish. But this was cool. I mean, I got some major crafting done in this time we've been on. Cool beans. Well, I hope that girl buys your stuff. I've only had one person who was supposed to purchase something and they didn't do it. And it was really kind of a sad story in a way. But I even drove to where that person lives and, you know, tried to take it to where they didn't have to travel. And that didn't work out. But I learned a lot by being, you know, where that person lived. So I took and came back home and I just, you know, whatever. It is what it is. It happens. And I turned around and separated because it was a book set and I separated it. And then somebody else bought the one set. So it's not like I didn't make a purchase out of it, but you know, stuff happens. But I don't like when people say they're going to do something and they don't. That I don't like. It's one thing if something follows through and there's like a major catastrophe, you know, like God forbid, you know, an emergency happens. That's another story. But most of the time people say stuff and they don't mean it. Especially people that say they back you in a community and things like that. And then they turn around and find out they're a liar because they don't back. I just, you know, I move on. I kind of like these envelopes to where they stay open like this. I just wish I could figure out how to, I kind of wish instead of getting it from like a book page that somebody would make, yeah, me too, Scott, that somebody would make those book pages that we get flowers out of instead of having to fussy cut them. I wish they would make them into stickers. You know what I'm saying, Tina? And like where you can take botanicals and then put the stickers inside of the envelope to protrude like you have flowers in your envelope. I wish somebody would make those as stickers. Because I think that would be so cool to have just like some green vinery stickers coming out of this envelope. I think that would be pretty looking. But that's just me. I'm funny like that when I think of stuff. There's so many different ways to make envelopes. They even have one, I think, by Tim Holtz that actually punches your little circles for you. You can literally take this, if you didn't want that little point there, and cut that off, make it even more like a little envelope. So many different ways to play with this stuff. I love playing with paper. I have found out that it's just a blast. But you could fold this and you can make it envelopes, which I don't know. I kind of like it sticking up. I think that's how I'm going to leave it. But I think stuff like this is cool. And then another way that I was playing with the envelope is it was kind of like, I'll show you what I was doing. It was kind of like already shut. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I'll show you what I was doing. I can turn this into a junk envelope. Like what I was messing with. I cut it to make it even just so that the glue and stuff will stay in place. But like when I cut my envelope in half, it was something like this side was I probably won't use this because it'll probably be too big. But like say you cut an envelope in half and this side here is together and this side was open and I just took it down like this. I was just playing with them. And how they have the little, you could turn that into a pocket. But like I was cutting envelopes in half and was doing all kinds of things with them. I don't know. There's just so many different angles you can take things, you know. Or you could even fold both sides down and leave this as a look on its own. To have like one flap longer than the other. And you can even make that just by itself. Oh, I love playing with paper. I really do. It's just, there's so many fun things. Or you could even cut this and then decorate the edge. I had a blast playing with that magazine when I did. I cut like triangles and stuff and kind of made it look like a little pieces of abstract art. I just think stuff like this is fun. Or cut it like this. And you can always decorate the trim. And then decorate this another color. I love playing with artsy stuff. I can't help it. I took, when I was in art appreciation in college, I literally redrew a Starry Night. And I think he kept it. I'm going to have to go through my college papers because I did it in colored pencil. And I think my art teacher kept it from me. And it was like, he goes, you didn't have to redraw it. I said, but I had fun. I love doodling, but A Starry Night was one of my favorites. So you can glue this down. And then you could either take and color this, or you can put a napkin piece over it. And then you can take this, and you could even tuck this in. You could make this the coolest looking tuck spot ever. Well, I can't wait, Scott. I hope you do. Or you could even take and recut it. I like cutting these pieces off. I can't help myself. If I had my markers and stuff in here, I'd be so having fun with this. Because I like taking paper and then doing stuff with it and putting it back together. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I'm just playing. But isn't that how we learn? I think this is fun. Whee! Colored pencils, markers, all that happy crap. It's so much fun to play with. And I have markers that even have sparkles in them. And to make this fit into the book, because I think I might want to use this, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this and make it smaller, because you know what? We can even get away with that too. Reglue it back together. And it's still a tuck spot, guys. It's just, instead of a fold, I just reglued it. And I'm making a mess. As usual. But I might go ahead and reuse this. But I'm going to take and break out probably, I'll wait till it dries. And I'll break out my color fun. I even have glitter glue. Or even I could even take and match it to the inside of the book, because I still have that roll of this washi tape that I love that looks vintage. This would even work. Just randomness. Scott, you're funny. Wait a minute, let me get this on the edge here. I'm blind over here because the lighting in this room is not the best either. That's why I have a lamp. Why is it whenever you try to make your tape go straight, it wants to go crooked? No, that's not going to work. I didn't want that to show at the top, but hold on. Come on. It'll come off a little bit, but that's okay. I like making messes. It's the story of my life. And if it protrudes a little bit, that's okay too. We're going to make this a little bit of an angle. The whole point about this is you can make mistakes if you want to. That's kind of pretty. I like that. So it'll kind of match the inside of the book. Hey, Dust Fairies, how are you? That's cute. I like that. How was your day? Did you have a good day today? So we'll leave that like that. Let's see if I have another color. It would go good with this. Maybe like a solid or something. Let's try this one. Well, welcome into my crazy live streams. No, we really have good people that pop in here. I'm a variety channel. I follow a variety of channels. I don't conform to one group of community. And I have gamers that come in, all different types of people, which I think is really cool. And artists, just people that love to craft. I'm making a junk journal that I have been working on. I actually have all the different steps of how I did it. And now I'm just kind of like winging embellishments to go in it. I'll show you what it looks like here in a second. Some people still don't know what junk journals are. Put this down some. Look how cool that is. This is fun, Tina. I didn't think I would be able to concentrate enough on a live to actually do crafting. Look at that tuck pocket. I like it. It's got the gold here and it's got the words here. No, I'm thinking maybe, I'll figure out something else to do with this later. I might distress it around the sides and give it a brownish look on this one and do the other one green. This is fun. And I got tons of stamps now. But yeah, I like that. See how that turned out? That's cool looking. Okay. So anyways, this is what I have done. This is my junk journal. I did the cover today. And oh, I know, Scott. I love crafting. I've always loved it, but I think life just takes you in different directions. These are yellow roses my husband had bought me, and I let them dry, and I pressed them in a book along with the leaves. And that's a sticker I just added for an accent type purpose. But this is a junk journal. It was a book that was falling apart. And what I did was take the pages out of it, fairies, and then I sewed. They called them signatures. You take so many pieces and you can add anything you want. It could be magazine pages, junk journals, like whatever's laying around your house. And this is, Junie sent this from Australia. That's one of her pieces. And then an envelope, and you fold them in half. And the middle of your signature is where they're sewed in. I need to hang beads on this. I will find something later to hang on these to decorate. And what I did was, like, this is the first signature, which is the first 10 pages, pretty much, folded over. And then this one's the second. Of course, the middle of the signature, you want something pretty. This is the second signature. And then this is the third. You can do them 1, you can do them 4. You can do as many signatures as it will fit, like, on the spine. Like, I probably could have put 5 on here, but I did 4. And then you sew them on and repurpose the book so it doesn't go in the garbage. Then you can take the pages out of it and turn them into the ephemera to go back into it. You can make paper flowers. There's so many things you can do. It's fun. Like, make envelopes and tuck pockets. And this here's a napkin. This is upside down though, so the words show upside down, but that's okay. Then you can glue these back into the book and make them pretty, like on the pages. Like, you could take and put that, well, that's actually too long for this book, but I could use this somewhere else. Like, I could put it here. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to decorate this part though. Because I could put this on the front of the back of the book. But you got to make them like the size of the pages. Like, I'll make my envelopes smaller. These I can use for another book. But this one here I'm going to put in there for sure. This one here is too big. Or I could turn it into a side tuck maybe. and do it sideways. I don't know. I'll play with it later. But I got little ephemera stuff I want to make to put in here. I'll be hitting my Big Shot machine. Yes. But this was something I never expected. It turned out very pretty. I like this. So just sitting here having fun. Well, that sounds cool, Scott, with beadwork. That sounds awesome. Just here and there. You never know what's going to come up on my channel. I've never done, I've done crafting videos. This is like my first time live actually starting to craft a little bit. But I thought Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern is pretty much the time I'm going to come on and do my lives, because I'm planning on doing auctions, book auctions, once every 3 months. So I wanted people to kind of get used to the time. But when I do the auction, it probably won't be this late. It'll probably start around 5 Eastern instead of 8. But I enjoyed the last book live auction I did. It was a lot of fun. But it helps me because I only use Bookstore. And it helps me, cut down on the books that's in there. It's kind of like destashing. Well, thank you. So, guys, I've been on here for an hour and 38 minutes. That's good. But I think I'm going to go ahead and go for tonight. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in and popping into my stream. I just kind of want to keep my lives a little shorter because there's so many people that go live at the same time. Do you have certain nights you do your lives, Scott? It's like I've been trying to keep track of who does lives on what nights to be able to support the people that come in and support me. You have a good night too, Tina. Thanks for coming in and moderating. Tina's my crafty twin. But anyways, you guys have a great night. Let me know what night you play in your lives, Scott. Let me know in the comment section. Bye, Dust, and thank you for coming in. See you later, Scott. Mwah. Bye, my YouTube friends and family.